The use of animals in medical research often sparks heated debates. A common argument used to justify animal experimentation is that it is necessary for developing treatments for serious human diseases. This argument implies that patients with severe illnesses are uniformly supportive of animal testing. However, this assumption is far from accurate. The truth is far more nuanced, with many patients expressing deep concern about the ethical and scientific validity of animal experiments. Many patients are troubled by the suffering inflicted on animals in the name of medical progress. They believe that the benefits of these experiments do not justify the immense pain and distress endured by animals. This ethical dilemma weighs heavily on their consciences. Moreover, patients are increasingly aware of the scientific limitations of animal models. The assumption that all patients support animal testing is a generalization that ignores the moral complexities and scientific doubts held by many individuals facing serious health challenges. It's crucial to acknowledge and respect the diverse perspectives within the patient community, including those who actively oppose animal experimentation. The voices of patients who oppose animal experiments are growing louder and more insistent. Their concerns stem from both ethical and scientific standpoints. Ethically, they question the right of humans to subject animals to pain, suffering, and confinement in the pursuit of medical advancements. Many patients find it morally unacceptable to prioritize human well-being over the lives and welfare of other sentient beings. From a scientific perspective, these patients point to the inherent limitations of animal models. They argue that animals, with their different physiologies and genetic makeups, often fail to accurately predict human responses to drugs and treatments. The differences between species can lead to misleading results, potentially hindering rather than advancing medical progress. This skepticism towards animal-based research is fueled by a growing understanding of the complexities of human biology and the need for more human-relevant research methods. The history of medicine is replete with examples of drugs and treatments that showed promise in animal studies but failed to translate to human benefit, or worse, proved harmful. Aspirin, a commonly used pain reliever, is toxic to many animals, including cats and dogs. Penicillin, a life-saving antibiotic, was initially dismissed based on animal studies that showed adverse effects. These examples highlight the fundamental flaws in relying solely on animal models to predict human responses. The differences in physiology, metabolism, and immune responses between species can significantly affect how a drug interacts with the body. What works in a mouse might not work, or could even be dangerous in a human. This is not to say that animal studies have no value. However, relying too heavily on animal data without acknowledging its limitations can lead to misleading conclusions and potentially harmful treatments for humans. Funding the future. A call for modern research methods. Despite the growing awareness of the limitations of animal experiments, a disproportionate amount of research funding continues to be directed towards animal-based studies. This is a matter of serious concern for many patients who see the urgent need to invest in more human-relevant, non-animal methods. Modern research techniques such as human-derived organoids, in vitro testing, computer modeling, and organ-on-a-chip systems offer promising alternatives to animal experiments. These methods are not only more ethically sound, but also hold the potential to deliver more accurate and translatable results for human health. Organoids, for instance, are three-dimensional miniature organs grown from human stem cells that mimic the complex structure and function of human organs. These mini organs offer a powerful tool to study human biology and disease processes and test drug efficacy and toxicity in a human-specific context. A paradigm shift towards human-relevant science. The time has come for a paradigm shift in medical research. We need to move away from our reliance on animal models and embrace the development and implementation of human-relevant, non-animal methods. This shift requires a concerted effort from researchers, funding bodies, and regulatory agencies. The overwhelming response to campaigns like the Doctors Against Animal Experiments, or DAE, demonstrates a growing public demand for cruelty-free and scientifically sound research practices. Patients, scientists, and animal welfare advocates are joining forces to call for a future where medical progress is achieved through methods that are both ethical and effective for humans. Subscribe now.